back to our channel. Today I'm going to reveal Mariah's upcoming plans for escaping punishment, which might cause a sensation. Will Abby and Devon easily forgive all the sins Mariah has committed? Does Mariah expect too much from too many? Does she really understand what she's done and that she is not the victim here? I do not understand this question. Mariah does understand what she did. She has never played the victim. She fought against Sharon and Christine and insisted on prison time as a way of punishment for what she did. It was only after speaking with Tessa that Mariah chose the psychiatric facility, when she realized there was a chance to mend her marriage and return to her family. So, yes, Mariah understands what she did, and no, she has never played the victim. Perhaps watching the show before posing these questions may help. And I know, my comment will probably get rejected because I hurt your feelings. Oh my God, I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now with what is happening on this show. I was eating dinner while watching the latest updates, and I actually choked on my food. Had to pause and text my friend immediately because the audacity of these people is just off the charts. Okay, but listen. We need to talk about everything that is going down because I am shaking. My jaw dropped and it is currently still on the floor. Wait, let me start with Kyle and Claire because this is actually making me lose my mind. So Claire and Kyle are having this massive blowout argument, right? And it's about Victor and Jack, which is insane by the way, because when are they not fighting about Victor and Jack? But this time it is so dramatic. Claire is out here acting like she is the moral compass of Genoa City, and she's basically saying that while she knows Victor kidnapping Jack was wrong, she doesn't think Victor is the one to blame for Jack's marriage to Diane falling apart. I'm sorry, what? I was yelling at my screen. Claire actually has the nerve to say that if Jack betrayed Diane on that yacht, then Jack is the one who broke his vows and he needs to take responsibility. The audacity, not okay. I'm done. Why would she do that? She needs to get it together, I swear. Because Kyle's sweet, fiercely protective Kyle is literally not having a single second of this nonsense. He shuts her down so fast and I was cheering. Kyle is like, excuse me, you do not know the whole story. He points out that Jack was literally drugged out of his mind. Victor didn't just kidnap Jack. He put him on a yacht on Lake Michigan, pumped him full of drugs to the point where Jack didn't even know what planet he was on, and then oh wait. I forgot to mention earlier, but this is the craziest part. Victor threw Patty Williams into the mix. Patty Williams. Like, can we just take a second to process that? Victor literally weaponized the absolute worst, most unhinged person from Jack's past just to destroy Diane's life. And don't even get me started on Patty. She is currently running around the Abbott mansion telling Jack that their night together was electrifying and that she rocked his world. I can't breathe. It is so mortifying. And Claire is sitting there like, well, Jack broke his vows. Nitrogen monoxide. Claire, Jack was chemically compromised by your evil grandfather. Kyle is defending his dad and his mom's broken heart. And honestly, Kyle is so real for this. He warns Claire that Victor 100% deserves the massive revenge that is coming his way. Mark my words, this is going to end badly. Claire wants peace and thinks it's time to end the conflict, but Kyle is practically seeing red and wants blood. I am calling it now. This whole Victor and Jack feud is going to completely destroy Kyle and Claire's relationship. You cannot date someone who defends the guy who drugged your dad. You just can't. Okay, where was I? Right, so moving on because my blood pressure is too high thinking about Victor. Let's talk about Tessa. I am literally sobbing for Tessa right now. She is facing the most agonizing, heartbreaking choice ever and I just want to give her a hug. So Mariah, who we will get to in a minute because I have thoughts, is about to be locked up in a psychiatric facility. She took the plea deal, which means she is dodging actual prison time for kidnapping Dominic. But before she gets shipped off to the psych ward, Tessa has to make this massive, impossible decision. Does she let Mariah see baby Aria one last time before she goes? I mean, seriously, think about this from Tessa's perspective. It is so heartbreaking. One part of Tessa is absolutely terrified that bringing Mariah around is just going to confuse poor little Aria. Like, hey baby, here is your other mom, okay, bye, she's leaving again to go to a mental hospital. That is so much trauma for a child. But then, the other part of Tessa, because she is an actual angel on earth, thinks that maybe, just maybe, a beautiful mother-daughter reunion is exactly what Mariah needs. Tessa is hoping that seeing Aria will remind Mariah of what she is fighting for. It could be the anchor that pulls Mariah out of her darkness. Tessa still wants to save their marriage. She is out here desperately trying to rebuild their family, keeping that goal in mind, while Daniel Romolodi is probably somewhere in the background trying to play matchmaker. I swear, Tessa's heart is too pure for this town. I was watching her struggle with this choice and I was just like, Tessa, whatever you do, I support you. But honestly, I don't know what the right answer is. It's wild. It's actually insane. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, let's pivot to the absolute darkest part of all of this. Devon and Abby. Oh my god. If you thought Kyle was mad, Devon is on another level of rage and I am 1000% on his side. So, Devon and Abby get hit with not one, but two pieces of absolutely devastating news back to back. Just boom, boom, right in the gut. First of all, they have a meeting with Dominic's child psychologist. We all knew Dom was going through it after the kidnapping, but Devon and Abby were really hoping that because he's so young, he might just bounce back and not have any severe psychological trauma. Yeah, no. The therapist drops a bomb on them. It turns out Dominic is suffering way more than anyone thought. He is having these terrifying nightmares. He's showing signs of deep instability, and the trauma from being ripped away from his parents by Mariah is actually scarring him. I literally had to pause the show and just sit in silence for a minute. A baby having severe trauma nightmares, it is so sick and twisted. Devon and Abby are sitting there listening to this doctor detail how broken their little boy is, and you can just see the absolute devastation on their faces. I was yelling at my screen, "Someone protect Dominic!" And then because the universe hates Devon and Abby, apparently they get the second piece of news. They find out the official details of Mariah's sentencing. Now, remember how Christine Romolodi was working on that plea deal? Yeah, well, it went through. Mariah is not going to prison. Let me repeat that because I'm actually furious. The woman who kidnapped a baby and caused him severe psychological trauma is getting 0 jail time. She is getting probation and a stint in a psychiatric facility. Devon's reaction, he goes absolutely nuclear. And can you blame him? I mean, let's look at the context here. Devon literally just had to deal with the trauma of thinking Lily, Maddie, and Charlie were kidnapped. He was worried sick, throwing up, losing his mind over Lily, only to find out Lily faked the whole thing with Victor. So Devon's nerves are already completely shot. His anxiety is through the roof. And now he finds out that his actual son, who was actually kidnapped, is suffering from severe nightmares, and the kidnapper gets to just go to a hospital and do some therapy. Devon is disgusted. He is outraged. He feels like Mariah is completely escaping any real, severe consequences for literally ruining their lives. Abby is right there with him. Abby is in full mama bear mode, and she is livid. They are both so angry at the judge's ruling. In their minds, Mariah hasn't been punished enough. Probation. Are you kidding me? I was like, Devon, sue the city. Sue the judge, burn it all down, because honestly, how is that justice? They are sitting there holding their traumatized child who wakes up screaming in the middle of the night, while Mariah gets a slap on the wrist and a cozy bed in a mental health facility. The contrast is just sickening. I keep thinking about how all of this connects. You have Victor pulling the strings on Jack's kidnapping, getting away with it, and causing chaos between Kyle and Claire. You have Lily faking a kidnapping with Victor. making Devon lose his mind. And then you have Mariah actually kidnapping Dom, getting away with it legally, and leaving Devon and Abby to pick up the shattered pieces of their child's psyche. It is all so connected and it is all so messed up. Genoa City literally has no justice system. It's just a bunch of rich people doing whatever they want and getting away with it. Wait, let's rewind for a second back to Claire. I am still not over her. How can she look at Kyle, who is watching his mother die and move out of the house, crying, heartbroken because Jack slept with Patty, and say, well, Jack should have kept his pants on. He was drugged, Claire, fentanyl, roofies, whatever Victor gave him. It makes me so mad because Claire is supposed to be this smart girl who survived in Jordan, but suddenly she's acting like Victor is just a misunderstood grandpa. No, Victor is a menace. Kyle needs to dump her. I said what I said. If my partner defended the man who drugged my parent, I would pack their bags myself. And bringing it back to Tessa, I just keep picturing her standing outside the psych ward doors, holding baby Aria, crying, trying to figure out if she should walk in. It is cinematic. It is tragic. I literally can't even handle the emotional weight of it. Will Mariah even recognize what's happening? Will she try to take Aria again? That's probably what Tessa is terrified of. What if Mariah's delusion kicks back in and she thinks Aria is Beau or whatever? It's too risky, but Tessa is so desperate for her wife to get better. I am so emotionally invested in these people, it is actually embarrassing. I feel like I need a therapist after watching this week's episodes. The drama is at an all-time high, the stakes are literally life and death, and everyone's mental health is hanging by a thread. Devon is going to explode, Kyle is going to murder Victor. Claire is going to cry, Tessa is going to break our hearts. And Patty Williams is just going to keep being a chaotic menace in the Abbott living room. Devon fought harder to send his own sister to prison for her bad judgment. Why didn't he insist Mariah serve some time? Okay, I need to go lie down. I literally can't breathe from talking so fast. This show is going to be the end of me. Let me know what you guys think because I am losing my mind over here and I need someone to validate my rage. I'm done. I'm literally done. Until next time, stay safe, trust no one, and definitely don't get on a yacht with Victor Newman.